You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think. What will he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. You just say he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. Yes, when we used to have the money, it's when I had one, you know, you're not accustomed to that shit.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know, really shit. Listen, if you have money.
Many fighters believe Canelo Alvarez will dominate Terence Crawford, and boxing legend Mike Tyson shares serious concerns about Crawford's chances. Tyson isn't convinced this is the right fight for Crawford, warning that facing Canelo could end badly. He points to Canelo's size, power, and relentless pressure as major obstacles for Crawford. While Crawford is an elite boxer, Tyson sees this matchup as a dangerous challenge that may be too much for him to handle. With Canelo's strength and experience at higher weight classes, Tyson questions whether Crawford can withstand the physicality and intensity Alvarez brings to the ring.
What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's, like, you know?
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess
Benavidez sees Canelo Alvarez as a source of motivation and admires his skills and achievements. He views the upcoming fight between Canelo and Crawford as a commendable matchup, appreciating the challenge it presents. Benavidez's respect for Canelo highlights his positive outlook on the bout, recognizing the significance of this high-level clash in boxing.
I believe they made that happen. See, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason. Right?
He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and the winners would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm down. I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one. I got to do this. I agree with you that there's a lot of sanctioning bodies. There's a lot of promoters. There should be more testing organizations, not just one. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about that?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like, why can't I use another organization, you know? But
Garcia highlights Canelo Alvarez's physical advantages, emphasizing his strength, size, and power. He believes these attributes give Canelo a major edge over Terence Crawford, who is moving up in weight. Garcia argues that the weight difference could be a significant challenge for Crawford, making it tough for him to overcome Canelo's physicality in the ring.
Classes, like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence.
Forshawn Porter questions whether Terence Crawford can withstand Canelo Alvarez's punching power. Given Canelo's reputation for devastating blows, he's concerned about Crawford's ability to handle the force, especially with the jump in weight classes. reporters' worries echo broader concerns about Crawford's capacity to endure the physical demands of facing a naturally bigger, stronger opponent like Canelo.
And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo was, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Yeah. Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even great for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and at that point it's more of a big fight for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Revolt again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys.
Believes Canelo Alvarez will emerge victorious in a fight against Terence Crawford, primarily due to his size and power advantages. He argues that these physical attributes will be the determining factors, making it difficult for Crawford to withstand Canelo's strength over 12 rounds. According to Mikey, Canelo's ability to impose his physicality and wear down opponents has been a consistent factor in his success, and he sees no reason why this fight would be any different. Similarly, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Canelo's skills and acknowledges Crawford's ambition to test himself against the best. He respects Crawford's willingness to step up and face such a daunting challenge, but he also recognizes the risks involved. Jones suggests that if Crawford fails to overcome Canelo, it could mark a crucial turning point in his career. Losing to one of boxing's biggest stars wouldn't necessarily damage Crawford's legacy, but it could redefine his standing in the sport. Given Canelo's reputation as one of the most dominant fighters in boxing today, a loss could lead to questions about whether Crawford's decision to move up in weight was a step too far. Robert Garcia has also analyzed the potential matchup and leans toward a Canelo victory, though specific details of his breakdown remain undisclosed. His prediction aligns with the general consensus in the boxing world, where most analysts believe Canelo's size, power, and experience at higher weight classes will give him the edge. These factors are seen as pivotal in determining the fight's outcome, as Crawford will be venturing into unfamiliar territory against a fighter who has faced and defeated much larger opponents. Beyond his analysis of the fight itself, Robert Garcia also believes Crawford's motivation for taking this fight would be largely financial. He suggests that Crawford has already achieved enough in his career and doesn't necessarily need to prove anything more. Having secured his future and living a responsible life, Crawford may see this fight as an opportunity for a massive payday, rather than a necessary challenge to cement his legacy. However, if the fight happens, Garcia still expects Crawford to put up a strong effort. Garcia envisions Crawford starting the fight competitively, using his speed, boxing IQ, and technical skills to win the early rounds. He sees Crawford being effective for the first 6 to 8 rounds, utilizing movement and sharp counters to keep Canelo at bay. However, as the fight progresses, Garcia believes Canelo's power and size will become overwhelming. He predicts that while Crawford may win some of the initial rounds, Canelo will gradually take control, imposing his physical strength and landing punishing shots that wear Crawford down. Robert Garcia expects Canelo Alvarez to dominate the later rounds, using his relentless pressure and powerful combinations to wear down Terence Crawford. While he acknowledges Crawford's skill and strength, he believes the size and power disparity between the two fighters will be too much for Crawford to overcome. Garcia predicts that although Crawford may start strong, utilizing his speed, movement, and boxing IQ to win some early rounds, Canelo's physicality will take over as the fight progresses. Canelo's experience at higher weight classes is another factor that Garcia believes will play a crucial role. Having fought and beaten larger opponents, Canelo understands how to dictate the pace and impose his strength. Crawford, on the other hand, will be stepping into unfamiliar territory against a naturally bigger and stronger fighter. Garcia sees this as a significant challenge that will ultimately favor Canelo in the later rounds. Beyond the technical aspects, Garcia also believes that Crawford's motivation for taking this fight may be more financial than legacy-driven. He suggests that Crawford has already accomplished enough in his career and doesn't necessarily need this fight to solidify his status. Having secured his future, Crawford may view the bout as an opportunity for a massive payday. However, if the fight does happen, Garcia still expects Crawford to be competitive, especially in the first half of the fight. Most experts share a similar outlook. Mikey Garcia, Roy Jones Jr., and Robert Garcia all lean toward a Canelo victory. While they respect Crawford's elite skill set, they see this fight as an uphill battle for him. Mikey Garcia emphasizes Canelo's size and power as key advantages, arguing that these attributes will make a significant difference in the outcome. Roy Jones Jr. praises Crawford's ambition, but acknowledges that if he cannot overcome Canelo, it could mark a crucial turning point in his career. Ultimately, the consensus is that the physical demands of moving up in weight, combined with Canelo's strength and experience, create a difficult challenge for Crawford. Even with his impressive boxing ability, experts believe Canelo's pressure, power, and ability to dictate the fight's pace will prove too much to handle. As the fight progresses, Canelo is expected to take control, dominate the later rounds, and secure a decisive victory over Crawford.